And that's how I got to the key to the city. Welcome to the Caffeinated podcast. I'm BUBBZI. He's the beard. This is the show where positivity is the goal, but chaos happens to be the process. And guys, it's getting really chaotic this week because unlike every other episode, I believe this is episode 23, we have no clue what we're talking about today. That's right.
We were trying to talk it out, like, what are we going to do? And he said, well, let's just do whatever and not have a topic and just talk and see what comes up.
I think what was the final title? We went with Unscripted. We just wanted to see... Yeah. Of course, here's the thing. We came up with so many different titles for this one. Usually, like, that's the hard part. Like, we need something catchy. And I was just like, what was it? Something chaotic comes or something like that. Like, we had a bunch of just different random ones we were throwing out.
What was the other one? Chronically Chaotic or something like that?
Yeah. Into the Chaos.
There's so many different ways we could have went, but Unscripted is just kind of... Now, we say Unscripted, but know this. We do have some questions or whatever we're going to ask, something to spark the conversation. But unlike usual, we don't have a particular destination. So I guess, BUBBZI, maybe we could say that the rabbits are kind of in control today.
Yeah. We gave them like superpowered carrots or something. I don't know. Now, while we say it's unscripted, we do have one script, and that is for our fantastic sponsors. We do have two sponsors currently. One being CustomBeardCo, but we are going to highlight Caffeinated this week. And as you all know,
BeardCo after. So.
And as you all know, this is a very caffeinated household. That is why we're called the Caffeinated Podcast. I'm probably going to pop open a monster in probably 5 minutes. If you want, I can add some effects to the mic so you can get all the beautiful experience. But we're going to talk about Caffeinated. That's right! Coffee plus humanitarian. That's Caffeinated. The vision behind... Oh, I messed that one up. The vision behind Caffeinated is to provide not only quality, curated coffee shipped right to your door, but they also contribute to humanitarian efforts around the world with an aim to make life better for everyone. Caffeinated is an online marketplace that offers coffee and other various items. There's also a coffee blog to make your coffee making experience that much better. But we do have to let our own coffee snob tell us what they got.
Well, you guys know if you've tried it already or haven't, I don't know why, but they offer single origin coffees from regions such as Guatemala, Mexico, Colombia, Tanzania, and more. They have blends such as breakfast and cowboy blend, mixing high quality single origins with just different roast levels to bring out different kinds of flavors. Finally, they offer flavored coffees such as Mexican chocolate, cinnamon, pumpkin spice, and many others. All of the coffee is roasted on demand per order. Let me say that again. All the coffee is roasted on demand per order, and then it's shipped the next day. That means it hasn't been sitting around in a warehouse for a couple of months or however long. And after they ship it, it arrives anywhere in the U.S. about 4 to 5 business days so that your coffee has that perfect freshness. And also for those diehard coffee fans such as myself, you can even set up a subscription that auto orders and auto ships your coffee on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on just how much coffee you need.
Which in this household is
a lot.
Yeah, they might have to start offering like daily espresso shots. I don't know. But the best thing about Caffeinated, as I mentioned earlier, is that they partner with local charities and larger charities to raise awareness for amazing causes all over the world. Now, a percentage of every sale on their website, which is caffeinated.store, whether it's the coffee or other merchandise such as their t-shirts, their hats, their coffee cups, everything goes directly to that sponsor as part of that purchase. Now, this month, they are partnered with Sunrise Children's Services. At the close of the Civil War, families in Kentucky were left devastated. As a border state with torn loyalties, Kentucky saw families split and broken by the conflict. death, sickness, and the poverty that followed left many children orphaned with no one to care for them. Since their beginnings as a ministry, Sunrise continues to be fueled by a faithful dedication to God's call for his people to be the hands and feet of Jesus in a caring for innocent children. They've helped to transform thousands of lives over the years and are continuing to make a difference in lives today for years to come. Sunrise provides therapeutic foster care and residential therapeutic treatment and community-based services in the state of Kentucky. And its family services program is licensed by the Commonwealth of Kentucky as a Behavioral Health Services Organization, or BHSO. And you can do your part specifically by going to coffeetarian.store and either getting you some nice coffee or some nice merchandise, but you can also use code BEARD at checkout for 10% off your first coffee order.
We did it.
I feel like playing. I have a soundboard. If many people don't know, but why did I not like you, like Dora? Like, we did it, we did it, we did it, yeah.
And of course, you know, we have two sponsors, so we highlight one each week, and then we talk about the other one kind of in the background, so to speak. But CustomBeardCo, they are an amazing bunch of people. You know, they are trying to help us out, and we're trying to help them out. If you have a beard or you love someone that has a beard, you need to try these products. I'm telling you guys, if your girlfriend or your wife, even maybe just a little, is having an issue with your beard, these aromas will change her mind.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Else. They are something else. It makes your beard so soft and manageable. But check out the CustomBeardCo.com. Check out what they have. They even have some stuff for the ladies. Check that out as well. And then when you check out, use the code Caffeinated Beard, and you'll save 15% off any order, $15 or more.
I'm just gonna say I'm probably in deep doo-doo just from the beginning of this podcast alone from that statement. And the reason is you went, if your wife or your girlfriend is having issues, and I immediately thought with their beard. I was like, oh no.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to get in trouble, but the product might help. That's all I'm saying.
Like, I guarantee it's bearded lady at the circus certified.
I guess, you know, something like that. All I'm saying is, though, about the product is I got my first thing as a gift. The scent was amazing. The way the products worked is amazing. And they have a, you know, whether they supported the podcast or not, they have a lifetime customer. So check them out, CustomBeardCo.com. You won't be disappointed. And again, they also are teaming with, and I can't remember who right now, but everything, if you buy the Entity kit, I do remember the Entity scent or Entity beard kit, the proceeds from that go to, a portion of the proceeds from that goes to the American Cancer Society. So just give it a shot. So what do you think we're going to, what should we do now, BUBBZI? Because we don't even have an arrow pointing us in the right path.
Dun, dun, dun. I don't know.
What do you think, guys? Should I ask him the first throw him under the bus question?
I think you should. For once in my life, please launch me under the bus. With any luck, I'll grab onto
you may
something.
not have an answer to this. I just thought it was funny because when I was scrolling through some questions here, I saw this and I thought, I wonder who this could be. So here you go, Bubs. You ready?
No.
Who is your celebrity crush and why?
I don't know if I need to go with what every man's answer should be or go with something ironic. I will answer both.
An interesting question.
I will answer both. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds?
Have you not? Okay, bro, okay. You're on TikTok more than me. You are on TikTok more than me. And you're telling me you haven't seen these Ryan Reynolds TikToks?
I've seen a few.
Where it's like, what they like put the letter that gives you have like, what is it? Got my brain just.
Well, but what is it? I mean, you know, and I get what you're saying, but
Okay, first of all, uh, every man wants to be just the witty comeback person of any generation. Not only has the man gotten to play Deadpool, um, but the dude's just funny. Plus, he's good looking. Like, oh my gosh, if I looked like that and had my sense of humor, I'd be in fantastic shape.
I don't know what to say about that.
I'm looking at you.
No, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you can. Somebody on TikTok the other day, or it's been about a month or so back, I think, said if there was one celebrity on TikTok that started following you, showed up in one of your lives, and that would mess you up, who would it be? Now, BUBBZI, I'm going to give you the opportunity to answer the question for me first, to see if you know who I said. You got any clue who it might be? It's been the same celebrity crush for years. He's thinking hard, y'all, for those that you can't see it right now.
I am thinking very hard. It's. I want to be like, I just want to make like a joke, like, haha, you're old, and go with like Betty White, but.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Betty White. She's rich.
Hey, she's rich. She aged like a queen, and oh my gosh.
No, but I wanted to see if you would actually remember. But it's been, my celebrity crush has been the same one for years.
Julie Andrews.
No. I was trying to think of the name of the show, but I can't think of it right now. Jessica Alba.
Huh?
I've had a crush on Jessica Alba forever.
The problem is like, yes, I can find people attractive, but I don't crush on people because they're attractive in most cases.
Oh, I understand. And that's not one thing. Now, originally that's what it started, but some of the stuff that she does, some of the products that she's made and how she uses them and, to try to help people and stuff, that's there as well. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if we're in public and we see somebody, that natural attraction is going to get us to see somebody first. And it's like, we're going to get us to pay attention.
Right.
But as you well know, you can be the most beautiful person on the planet on the outside, and you can be stinky on the inside. I mean, just because you're good looking don't mean you have to act like you're good looking and everybody's beneath you. And for all I know, Jessica Alba may be that way, but in every interview and everything I've ever seen of her, she's just as chill and down to earth, And for me, if I was, you said Ryan Reynolds. If I had to pick one,
well, it was like that ironic, like every guy's.
No. I mean, I'm dead serious. No, I'm fine. I mean, that's fine, because what I was going to say, if I had to pick a guy, if there was a guy that I would say I have a celebrity crush on, it's Keanu Reeves.
Okay,
Keanu Reeves is the coolest man on the planet, as far as I'm concerned.
Here's the thing: I like those two actors, Ryan Reynolds and Keanu Reeves, for completely different reasons. First of all, I think Ryan Reynolds is hilarious. He's funny, yada, yada, yada.
He is. I agree.
Then you take Keanu Reeves, who is probably the world's best person in a lot of places. Because
he absolutely seems to be, doesn't he?
Like, the dude's got to have, like, a heart of gold. He's like the Grinch after, like, he saves Christmas. Like, his heart is probably 3 sizes too big.
I don't know.
I mean...
Well,
the guy got like obviously all the Matrix money. Like, Matrix did fantastic, but the guy didn't let it get to his head. He gives it all to charity.
No, he didn't let being a celebrity turn him into a quote unquote
celebrity.
Right. I mean, he still rides the subway.
Yeah.
He travels very incognito. I've seen the videos, and it's not like everybody's rushing him. Oh, can I have but he's just so chill and calm that everybody's calm around him. I saw one the other day that I had seen it before, but he's sitting there and somebody's standing up, a young lady. He gets up and offers her and gives her his seat and just stands there like, no big deal. It's just a seat, But that's one of the things. I mean, I love the movies. Of course, I'm a John Wick fan. I love the action movies in John Wick.
Who isn't a John Wick fan at this point?
But it's the outside of the movies that makes it even more... well, I guess attractive is the right word. because everything you read about him, everything you see about him talks about what a good guy he is. Like you said, how big his heart is and how he always wants to try to help.
Plus,
but that was just,
the dude actually trains for the movies too. Like he wants to actually do the scenes, and you're sitting there like you can tell he's actually going through it.
I've liked Keanu since the Bill and Ted days, though. You know what I'm
saying? One thing of course, bringing this up actually also works. I want to talk about our favorite either movie or television scenes.
Go for it.
You threw me under the bus. I get to throw you under the bus. Okay, this is how this works.
I don't have the keys. Can you tell we're related,
Oh,
John?
this is going to be a tough podcast, guys.
No, there is a lot of TV shows and stuff out there that have had some really cool moments. Mm-hmm. All right. But if I have to pick one scene from one TV show, it is the last few scenes, if you will, of the final episode of MASH, where BJ and Hawkeye are separating. Hawkeye's getting into the helicopter. BJ's riding off on his motorcycle, and BJ wouldn't say goodbye. Just wouldn't say the words. Hawkeye had been trying to get him to say it and as they fly off, the helicopter goes up, and he's written out in the stones from the camp, goodbye. One of the best put together scenes ever. Still one of the most watched TV episodes ever at this point. So, but if I have to pick that would be my favorite one. I mean, there's probably others may come to my mind while you're talking, but that's my favorite.
Like that's obviously like a super emotional scene. Mine it's an action scene. I'm sorry. But the I don't remember which episode, but the hallway Daredevil fight from the Daredevil TV show was all shot in one sequence. Like there was no cuts. The dude takes on 10 guys throughout this hallway, and they don't make a single cut. They don't make a single cut. Yeah. It's just it's like a 3-minute fight scene, and there's no cuts. Like it's probably one of the best put together fight scenes, like realistic, because at least in the Daredevil like television series, he's not just like OP, like I can sense where you are.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not gonna get. I know some people didn't like it, but I did enjoy the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Okay, it wasn't great.
Affleck did a good job, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I would like to see somebody else take up the Daredevil cowl, and try it again. I mean, Affleck honestly did better than I thought he would, to be quite honest with you, because I wasn't real, how can I say this? I was about as enthused about him playing Daredevil as I was George Clooney playing Batman. I just didn't get it. I didn't get the choice.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just didn't get the choice.
Now here's an interesting question. So you said you don't really enjoy George Clooney playing Batman, correct?
No.
What do you think about the newest decision on Batman? Was it Robert Pattinson or Pete? I don't remember his name.
No, Batman does not twinkle in the sunlight.
Oh my God. See, yeah, it was such an iconic role that he played in Twilight that's usually now the only thing people can see him as is like, you twinkled.
And I'm praying, believe me, because I am a ginormous Batman fan. That was my, who's your favorite superhero? I like Superman because he didn't know. I like Batman. I mean, I get it. He had money to make all the gadgets, but he was a man who used his intelligence and the things that he had around him to make himself a superhero. That's why I like Batman. And I hope Robert Pattinson does a good job.
See,
I'm not going to hold my breath because I'm afraid I'll turn blue.
I would love to be Batman, but I would miss the beard.
Yeah, just have to fake it somehow. But, But no, I'm sorry. I think, like you said...
Did you not get what I said?
No.
Said I would love to be Batman, but I would miss the beard.
Yes, I know. I know. He's
You
trying
went,
to say he wants me gone.
what? Excuse you. That's right,
But I
ladies and
really do.
gentlemen.
I'll tell you this: the first Batman, and by that I mean the first one that Michael Keaton played Batman. I thought this is going to be nuts. There's no way that Michael Keaton is going to play Batman. But in the first movie and the other ones that he made, they made it just campy enough that Michael Keaton's sense of humor won me over. He's the best one by far, in my opinion. Not that Christian Bale and all the other ones didn't do the best that they could. But if there's a Batman movie that I go watch, it's the original one with Michael Keaton every time. So
See,
that's
yeah,
what
but
I'll say
like,
about that.
I was growing up during the Christian Bale Batman movies, and like, oh, they did some things. I'm Batman. Where is she? You know, like, the iconic, but like Heath Ledger's probably one of the best Jokers I've ever seen.
Probably.
Now, if we're talking the Joker from Suicide Squad, stop. Don't.
No, he's way over the top in that. But,
Yeah.
it is the Joker. But, here's the thing. And this is probably, since we're talking about it, we might as well throw it out there and I can make people mad like I usually do on every podcast, I think. Or at least I'm afraid I do. Adam West played Batman in the TV series. I did not care much for Adam West as Batman in the TV series. I didn't really care much for the TV series because it took my superhero and, in my opinion, turned him into a clown. Biff, pow, boom. I understand why they did it. They were making it comic. They were taking it comic book and making it more comic book-ish. I get that.
They were doing it
But,
for the bag, and the
yeah,
bag
but
was
in,
secured.
and in the original comics, Batman was a little dark. Batman was supposed to be a little dark.
Yeah.
That's just the way it was supposed to be. So anyway, that's my thing on Adam West. And if you all like the original TV series with him, I'm sorry if I offended you or if I made you mad. But again, I don't like Batman being a clown.
Now,
Sorry.
have you read any of the more recent, or like looked at any of the more recent Batman comics?
No,
Let's
I
go.
have not.
I
It's
can't.
been a while.
I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but he's on TikTok. It's like Red Panda. I can't remember. I don't know if you've seen him. Guy has a mohawk shaped head. Dude does a lot of like Batman stuff. But like there's some newer stuff where you've got like Batman Who Laughs, where it's basically like a Batman and Joker combined. Like it's
That was
extremely
weird.
dark. It's extremely dark.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if you look at the premise behind Batman, and then we better move on to a different question, and we'll talk about Batman all night.
Oh my god, well, who
But
wouldn't want to talk about Batman all night?
if you look at the original premise, the thing that created Batman was a dark event.
Mm-hmm.
The murder of his parents, and he was as apt to not tie somebody up as he was to send a message, or throw them off a building, whatever you want to call it, right? So, I mean, it's intended to be a little dark, but I don't necessarily want it to go so dark that it takes away from what's the word? What am I trying to say? Even though Batman is dark, there's still a lot of light in him, or he couldn't function as Batman.
Right.
Does that make sense? There's a good guy in there trying to do good things.
Right.
In a dark world. That's the only way I can say it. But anyway, so do you have another topic, or do you want me to find something?
Well, and that's the great thing about an unscripted podcast is we're just going to let things flow. So we talked about actors and actresses. We talked about movies. We've transitioned to Batman. Now we've mentioned DC. Who's your favorite Marvel character and why?
Don't know.
This is a transitional episode.
I'm not real sure I have a.
Now you have seen all of the most recent MCU movies.
I've seen
correct?
all the movies. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I like the Shang-Chi because I've always been fascinated by martial arts, so that one always draws me in.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if I'm going to have to pick, it has to be the Hulk.
Okay, and why?
Well, it's just. Well, let's just be honest about it. Let's be as real as we can be. I was the kid that was always picked on. always told that they didn't amount to nothing, that they were useless and couldn't accomplish anything, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though it happened by a scientific accident, the Hulk was always able to do what he needed to do when he needed to do it. So, you know, you always wanted to have, I guess, that inner whatever to get beyond things. I guess I think that's why I always liked the Hulk, because if you remember the TV show at all,
Mm-hmm.
with Lord, I just blanked on his name.
Trust me, I may have a large head, but it usually doesn't contain a
No,
lot.
I just blanked on it. I can remember who played Hulk, Lou Ferrigno.
Who are you wanting? And I can look it up. The Hulk
I can't
TV
think
show.
of his name, but
Well,
yeah,
what did he do
Hulk
in the TV show?
Lou Ferrigno, and I can't think of it. But anyway,
What character did he play? Is what I'm asking.
he played David Banner.
Bixby.
Bill Bixby. Gosh, why could I remember Bill Bixby? Sorry about that, y'all. I just stumbled over my tongue for 2 minutes. But if you remember the original TV show, Bill Bixby, the reason that the accident came around, that the Hulk appeared, was that someone he loved was in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And he could not get her out of the car in the accident, no matter how he tried. And he studied all these things, like when the baby was trapped under a car, a 110-pound woman picked the car up off her baby. And, you know, so he was trying to find a way to bring that inner strength out on more than one. And so I think that's kind of why, because I was always picked on. I always felt like the underdog. And, you know, Bill Bixby always kind of came off as the underdog, you know. Don't push me. Don't do that. You know, leave me alone. You know, and
don't push me because.
But anyway, but that's me. So, what about you? Who's your favorite one?
I want to know can you guess mine? Because I have a feeling you can.
Thor. For those of you all that are not watching the YouTube video, I just got the funniest look. Come on now.
How?
It's just the first one that popped into my head.
No, it's obviously Spider-Man.
Oh, why is it obviously Spider-Man?
Bro, okay, no. Okay, little family history right now. Of the photos of which I did take as a child. I'm not a big thing about having my photo taken, but of like the 13 photos that we have of me of a child, I guarantee at least 7 of them have the same Spider-Man shirt like wearing at the same time. What? First of all,
comfortable shirts. I mean, that could have been anything.
Spider-Man. What?
I have to confess, I did know exactly who he was talking about.
Yeah,
I had to pull a little bit of a reaction.
God, what is this, a reaction channel? Oh my gosh.
For those of you that are just hearing this and hearing me laugh and giggle, you got to go back and watch the video sometime on YouTube and check out the expressions on it. He thought I'd lost my mind. He thought the old timers was kicking in or something.
I'm gonna have another gray hair after this. I have one, guys. It's located somewhere under the mess of everything. I now have 2.
Yeah, I have more than one. They're all named BUBBZI.
I didn't have any of these until after you were born.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I didn't have a gray hair one until I met his mother and then him. So
obviously, Spider-Man.
Okay. So what is it about Spider-Man?
Okay, not only obviously it's like, with great power comes great responsibility. Not only are those fantastic words, but you take basically what a bard from D&D and give him superpowers, because it's like, haha, vicious mockery. You're taking damage. I'm also punching your face in. Fantastic. But like, the dude just hits so much. It's the PG-er version of Deadpool, and he's just an all-around nice guy.
No, if you were comparing Spider-Man to Deadpool, Spider-Man is G, Deadpool is rated R. I mean,
Deadpool's probably like A, like adult only.
Right.
Oh my gosh. But like, Deadpool may be the merc with a mouth, but Spider-Man's like the hero with the mouth.
Well, and I'll just say it too. That's the one thing, and I know it sticks to the comics pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I really don't like about Deadpool. Is all the language.
Yeah.
I mean,
it makes sense.
I'm being straight out honest. I mean, it is come from the comics. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's just a little much.
It's a little much sometimes.
So,
but
that's just me.
Now,
I have a question for everybody when we get a chance. So,
plus you have to think Spider-Man is just dude's strong as all get out anyway. But nobody really knows how strong he really is in a lot of cases, considering there's been a couple situations where he's gone toe to toe with the Hulk for a little bit.
Now here's something that I've just popped into my head, and you know how my brain works. And since we're being chaotic and we're letting the rabbits run,
yay!
Spider-Man got his powers from being bitten by a radioactive spider.
Correct.
So does that mean that Raid bug spray would work against Spider-Man?
I'm not entirely sure. Now, I will say,
Superman has his kryptonite. Spider-Man, I don't know.
Well, plus, there's been some weird adaptations to Spider-Man. Now, don't get me started on Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's not actually Peter Parker. They just slapped Peter Parker's name on the story of Miles Morales. We're not going to get it started on that, because I could talk about that for probably 3 hours. But like the animated Spider-Man television shows, did you ever watch any of what was it, The Amazing Spider-Man or whatever with me as a child?
Probably. I'm probably the one that got you started watching it.
Do you remember the episode where he actually turned into an actual spider?
No, I do not.
Yeah, there was like a 3-part thing where his powers were progressing and he turned into like an actual cannibalistic spider.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
Like I said, it was out there.
I'm not sure if I like that or not. I mean,
as a child, kind of scary. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's kind of like the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. I mean, as a child, when you see that, it's like, no.
Yeah. Also, the thought of Spider-Man being able to create his own webs, also very strange.
That would actually make more sense to me as a mutation than turning into a spider, to be quite honest with you.
Well, that makes more sense than turning into the spider, yes, but just in like a general consensus, being able to create webs was kind of a strange thing.
I mean,
if you consider about it, of the 3 people who have played Spider-Man, only one of them has had self-made webs.
Yeah. I don't know.
Plus the new Spider-Man movie is about to come out
soon.
Which there's been rumors that not only Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are also going to be in there with Tom Holland.
Nice.
There's been rumors. There's been no proof, but there's been there's been a lot of rumors, Plus, you have the trailer for the new Spider-Verse with Miles Morales that just dropped. The trailer just dropped.
So I tell you what, I want to change the speed limit just a little bit, as we were talking about comics and all this. So I wanted, these are the questions like I ask. These are the kind of things that get my brain working. BUBBZI, what separates true friends from acquaintances?
What?
What?
Wait.
Brain overload. So I mean, in your opinion, what's the difference between a true friend and just an acquaintance? Maybe I should say it that way. And I want anybody that's listening to answer this as well. Drop it in the comments for us on any of this stuff, please.
Hang on, gotta get hair out of my face. I gotta reapproach myself before I answer this question. It's after something difficult happens or an argument happens that you remain friends afterwards.
Okay. So that means they're true friends, tried and true, no matter what.
Correct. Right? Because if anything difficult happens, like you're in trouble, you need help, acquaintances just go, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they are gone.
Yeah. Well, and again, I wasn't, like I said, I didn't expect this would go very deep, but that's the way it is. I mean, let's be honest. Friendships most of the time can be pretty hard, because
Yep.
just like any
Yep.
other form of relationship, you've got two distinct, different personalities involved, and invariably, almost all the time, somewhere along the line, you're going to bump heads because you're not always going to agree.
Because you're two
But
different people. That's how that kind of
yeah,
works.
no, well, yeah, but I mean, like you said, though, a true friend, and I've
True
probably got
defendant.
three, maybe, maybe I could count up to five people I would think is possibly as true friends, that I would know that are going to be there no matter what. And some I haven't talked to in years, but I know that if I picked up the phone and went, "Hey, I need you," they'd be there in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's like the age of technology is fantastic as far as friendships. Because how many times was it like you're going to stop talking to your friends after high school? Did you tell me that?
Do what now? Say that again.
You remember when I was growing up, you're like, you're not always going to have the same group of friends. After high school, you'll maybe talk to one, maybe two of them.
And that's the norm. But I mean, that's the norm. But
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not that way for you.
Well, I'm saying like the age of technology is what's progressing that along. Like, I don't know about you guys. I have a group chat with all of my friends. And while that group chat can be a little chaotic at sometimes, and I randomly come back to over 100 messages that I then have to process and read after work, I love them all. There is not a gun to my head. You can check the YouTube video for that. But like, what was it? Friday. We went out as a group for the first time in probably months. I'm just, we've been online talking, playing games, whatever. We went out as a group for the first time in months, and I don't think I've had as much fun in a very long, long time. And all we did was we just went out and we bowled for 2 hours, but we got to talk to each other in person. Oh my gosh, was it fantastic! And
Well,
so,
no, you're fine. Go ahead.
well, I was also going to say, as a shameless plug, you should check out our family episode.
See, I was getting ready to do the same thing. We're way too much alike, dude.
Oh, well, that's what the
Because,
problem
I
with the
mean,
Marshall genome. So,
this, we're talking about true friends and acquaintances. Acquaintances is somebody that you may know their name,
you say hi to
but
in passing.
yeah, and you may even go out to lunch with them every once in a while, but as of yet, they're not friends. It's not somebody that you can count on. That's the difference to me. I think a true friend is somebody that you can count on. Somebody that, like I said, even if you haven't talked to them in years, you pick up the phone like, "Dude, I'm in trouble," and they're like, "I'm on my way."
You got a friend in me.
Exactly. But I just thought, I thought that was an interesting question because maybe some of you all out there have a different idea what a true friend is. I think that our definition might be pretty close. I think it might be kind of on the money, but
What about you? What do you think
let us
true
know.
friends are?
Yeah. So, BUBBZI, do you have something else?
Well, I mean, I
Do you
did just
have
ask you
another?
a question.
What you did? I didn't hear it.
I said, what do you think true friends are
Well,
compared to
I answered that. I think. It's somebody that you can count on. It's somebody. How do I say this? It's somebody that you can tell a secret to, and it'll still be a secret. Right? It's people that you have confidence in, that you can go to and talk to, and they don't judge, they don't put you down, they don't make fun. Now, they may tell you a stupid joke or two to get you out of your own head. That's what I do, but it's not like when you talk to them about all the stuff that's going on that it's immediately going to show up on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or anything. They've got your back. They're watching out for you in a way that sometimes we don't even think about. I would always say, be careful, who you let into your friendship circle, right? Make sure you know who they are before you start telling them things you don't want everybody to know.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me in the past. So, but, again, I don't know how everybody else does it. I always had a hard time making friends because I don't trust very easily.
I just don't like
You
to
know,
talk to people.
well, I've always told everybody, if I tell you that I trust you, you better consider that something else, because I don't say that lightly.
You need to put it in the locking key.
So anyway, all right, BUBBZI, what else you got? I'm going to bring. I didn't want to bring it down this, but let's bring it back up. Do whatever. So what you got? Next question, man. All right, I got this. I'll do this.
Favorite map on Mario Kart?
I wouldn't know which one's what. I don't know which one's which.
All right.
I have no clue. All right, let's do
just
this
say
one.
Just say Rainbow Road so people can dislike you again.
Rainbow Road?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, it just means everyone can dislike you for once. Okay.
Now, let's just do this. And this is for everybody that's listening and watching. If you had this week to do over again, what would you do differently?
Sleep more.
Oh, yeah. And this is going to sound funny, but we always said that we were going to be straight. We were going to be honest. We were going to just bring it to you the way it is. If I had this week to do over, I may not have started that new medicine. I'll be honest with you. I know I need it, but I don't like it. And my body's not adjusting to it fast enough, so it's making me feel funky, man.
Yeah, so, he's been a little out of it the past couple days, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but that, I mean, and that's a trivial thing. But honestly and truthfully, if I had the week to do over, there's some people that I would have called and checked up on. There's some people I would have checked up on that I didn't check up on this week. Granted, like you said, I've been a little out of it, but there's some people I should have checked on. And if you all hear this, I'm sorry and I apologize. I'll catch you next week, I promise. So, what about you, Bubs? If you could do this week over, what would you do differently? Besides sleep more.
I don't know. I think I had a pretty good week. Like, I got to hang out with the boys,
I mean, that's okay. I mean, if you don't have anything, that's not a bad thing going, hey, man, this was a good week. I'm cool.
No, like, actually, like, like I said, we went out bowling. But the funny part was, other than one person from our group, I was driving, so I picked up everybody. So we stacked a bunch of people in my car, showed up at a bowling alley. We first got there, it was completely full. We had to go get food and put on like a waiting list or whatever. We get there, and it's just everything's going on. I'm not bowling good. I think everyone threw a gutter ball the first round, and we're all sitting at the table like, you did good. But like, everybody knew it was a joke. Everybody knew it was me. We were just there to have a good time, Like, it was fantastic. Oh my gosh. We're like, so when are we meeting up again? We're like, laser tag, maybe go-kart, like, we were like, we got to do this again. It was one of those things. It's like, oh, we missed this. We missed hanging out.
That's good, man.
So
I used to be good at laser tag. I don't know if I would be anymore or not.
I scared the beard when I got home.
Yeah, not his fault. Same thing from the last question, or this question earlier on, my answer.
No.
So, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's like, I'm tickled to death that you've got people that you can count on. I think it's awesome. And,
well, I mean, it's a shorter list than it used to be.
Well, but that'll happen. Again, the thing about Facebook is, when I first got Facebook, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm catching up with some friends. And then I had people who barely talked to me in high school started sending me friend requests. And, my first thought is, why? You didn't talk to me then. Why would you want to talk to me now?
Yeah.
Just because you recognize the name, you probably don't even remember who I am.
Oh,
and that kind of stuff,
some of the strangest things. Was playing games online with one of my friends from high school, and he randomly brought me into this group chat. Reconnected with some guy who I used to play in band with.
Nice.
He's like, you got a Facebook? He pulls me up and starts freaking out. He's like, "You? Like I know you." Oh,
that was kind of the point. You
Yeah.
knew me. I mean, you know.
Well, it's like once I knew who he was, I was like, "Yeah, I know who you are." He's like, "What do you mean you know who I am?" I was like, "Yeah, we went to school together." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, he pulls me up. He's like, "I know you." Like, it was so fun.
I mean, you know, since we're just doing random stuff anyway, that's one of the cool things about Facebook is you can reconnect with people that you have never seen, you know, and forever and a day. You can reconnect with people, you know, you can find family members that you didn't, you know, you knew existed, but you hadn't talked to them in years. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
it happened, you know, right here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it
it's
just
nuts. It's so much fun, though.
But at the same time, you can get lost in all the nonsense. And that's just like any other social media, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, whatever, TikTok, you can get lost in that mess and just get lost.
I mean, we've reconnected with family through TikTok.
Right. Well, and I'll be honest with you, there's some people on TikTok who messaged me and called me the other day after the tornadoes that hit in Kentucky this week, Friday, right?
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which, but devastated some places in the western part of Kentucky. But these are people that I met on TikTok.
Who just knew you were in Kentucky.
Okay? Yeah. Are you okay? Is your family okay? Is that, you know, I got family members. Nope.
Yeah, like no mention.
I mean, you know, and I'm not trying to be mean because I didn't check on them either. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. It just, you know, but I just find it interesting that the people that you can consider friends and family and stuff like that, you know, so I don't know. It's just crazy. You know, social media, it can be a really good thing, but it can also be a terrible thing if you're not careful. I guess that's what I'll say and leave it at that.
I feel like people use social media in the wrong way most of the time.
Sometimes I could agree with that.
The key word in social media is social, but people use it as a to distance themselves from people. Like a lot of social media is used to elevate yourself and push other people down. That's legitimately what it's used for when it legitimately is meant to be social, so that you are interacting with people, so that you are getting to know people.
I don't understand why they have to do that when the whole thing is, you know, especially like on TikTok, you don't like my page, you swipe past it. You move on.
Scroll.
Yeah, you don't have to stop. Your Facebook, you don't have to friend me. You don't have to, you know, none of that stuff. It's all the same thing. But again, it's kind of like that. I say it way too much because it hurts my heart. But we live in a culture that has been pulled apart, has been separated. And unfortunately, instead of social media being a venue to bring us back together, there are people using social media as a weapon to destroy other people, to hurt other people's feelings, like you said, to bring people down, and to pull everybody apart. You know, BUBBZI and I have said it 1,000 times. The whole point of this podcast is to hopefully make you smile, to get you out of your head for a little bit, to maybe hopefully help you have a better day, and to let you know that, you know, sometimes some of the things we talk about, you might realize I'm not going through this by myself. I'm not alone. You are not alone. If you are here, if you're part of this podcast family, please, if you don't know this already, then reach out to us. If you have something you need to talk about, we'll pray for you. That's something that we do. That's part of our nature. That's who we are. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to pick up the Bible and beat you to death with it. We're not going to do that. But if that's something you want to talk about, you get in contact with us and we'll talk about it as long as you want. Simple as that. Right, Bubs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, what was I going to say? Of course, now that we say, you know, people are using social media as a weapon, I'm imagining all the K-pop stands like, cancel the Caffeinated podcast. K-pop rules. K-pop.
Well, you know, you guys...
Cancel culture is a stupid thing.
Cancel culture is a crazy thing.
Well,
if you don't agree, don't listen, move on.
Well, I mean, there have been some things where, hey, you're calling out a legitimate issue. which I understand. But there's also some very stupid issues that people have been attempted to be canceled for. Eh, like, I don't know about you, but like, if it's a stupid issue, like that maybe affects maybe a percentage of people, like a very small percentage of people. Eh,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
yeah,
See,
like,
he's wanting to say something. He's trying to say something without saying something.
I
It
mean,
does. I don't
calling out
care.
like people like Bill Cosby, like there was multiple things, like they had evidence and testimonies, but there's also been situations where you can completely tell that somebody is telling a lie. Like if we want to talk, what was it, Johnny Depp,
Yeah,
where they were like, oh, he's physically abusive. She's admitted to abusing him. His
yeah.
ex-wife has admitted to abusing Johnny Depp, yet he's out of work and she's in work. Like, you want to talk about cancel culture? So many people wanted to cancel him, but nobody wants to try to cancel that lady. I can't remember
Well,
her
and
name.
here's the thing: I don't think either one of them should be canceled. I think we need to find a way to get them help. If any of it's true, I mean, let's just put it that way. If any of it's true, and I don't know, and you're like, well, the evidence is there's a preponderance of the evidence. I haven't seen the evidence. I wasn't there. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I can't bear witness to that. What I can say is if something like that's going on, then these people need somebody to help them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need the keyboard warriors tippy tapping on their little keys, saying all kinds of little stuff and trying to make themselves look better for 15 minutes so somebody will retweet what they said over 1,000 times.
Dude, my Twitter is just me thinking of very stupid things.
Well, I mean, and I don't want, I mean, we're getting ready to finish this up, guys. Like I said, this was just a random thing. We kind of let the rabbit run the show today. But I want to, since we're talking about this, let's do this. You know how I am if you've watched any of these or listened to any of these podcasts. My one goal, whether it's on TikTok or wherever, is to make somebody's day better. If I put up a stupid TikTok video and it makes you laugh, then I've made your day better. If I go live and we can talk about something, or somebody else can help you, or you find a group of people that are willing to pray for you, however it is, because I have a lot of those people come into my lives, then I've made your day better. If you were having a bad day and just because we were being stupid today, you're listening to this podcast or you're watching this and it made you smile, it got you out of your head a little bit, then we've made your day better. Why is it so hard for us human beings to look at somebody else that needs help and not attack the weakness, but help lift them up out of where they are? If you think that a lot of these people that make videos crying and talking about all the things that are going on and that they need a friend, if you think they need to hear how stupid you think they are, then you've got another thing coming. Sorry, but they do. Because what they need is somebody to care enough about them to say something better than for somebody who cares more about themselves to say anything at all. And I'm sorry, that got a little harsh. This stuff gets me heated. If y'all can't tell already, this stuff gets me upset. Because I was the bullied kid. I know if you look at this video and you see this bearded 55-year-old grumpy old man as big as I am, and you think there's no way that he was ever bullied, I was. But that's all it is. You can call it what you want. You can call it, well, it's under the First Amendment. I'm just sharing my opinion. You can say it however you want to say it. And whether you hide it under the First Amendment or not, you're still a bully. And you're just trying to bring somebody down. When the easiest thing in the world that we can do is smile at somebody. We can shake their hand. We can give them a hug if they want it. We can give them an encouraging word, and we can hopefully pull them out of whatever pit they've fallen into that day. That's my goal, guys. And again, I know I got a little heated and I apologize. So I got a little loud, but y'all don't understand. We appreciate you all so much. Everyone that listens. And if you're thinking, well, there can't be that many people listening to this old man. BUBBZI, I know I showed you this yesterday, and I probably should have said it earlier, but thanks to you all, between the YouTube videos and the audio platforms, we have over 8,000 plays as of yesterday.
Mhm.
8,000 plays. The cut from a grumpy old man and a grumpy old BUBBZI. You know, so we appreciate you, but we're here. You know, we say this a lot, and I'm gonna break it down. Let me do it this way first.
Yeah.
If you need to reach out to me, the easiest place to find me is probably TikTok. It's the Caffeinated Beard on TikTok. Watch some of the stupid videos, laugh, do whatever. But if you need to message me, you know, friend me, however you got to do it, send me a message. You know, I'm also on Instagram. I don't check that as much. Probably should, but I don't. Or you can leave a comment on this video or any of the videos. And I try to read every one we get. Now, we don't get up thousands of them. I'm hoping to have to hire somebody to read them at one point because y'all are going to be amazing, as you already are. But I try to read every one. So if you've got something that you need help with, like I said, if you just need us to lift you up in prayer, tell you a stupid joke, whatever the case may be, that's what we're here for. You know, again, we've said this before. This is our podcast, the BUBBZI and I. But it's our podcast. Gosh, English got hard all of a sudden, didn't it?
Beard Talk take 75.
It's our podcast, you and us. That's the way we feel about it. You know, I don't know if it's the same person that's watched everything over 8,000 times by themselves. If it's just one of you, then thank you, appreciate you, love you. But I'm assuming it's a whole lot more than that. So every one of you you come into our home, you come into our place, you come in and be a part of us. And that means something to us because you know what I'm about to say, and I don't say it lightly. All right. If you stuck with us this long, if you've been with us this far, from this time to the next time, welcome to the family. And we don't say that lightly.
You're beautiful in every single way. I can't sing, on, but I'ma do it anyway. Oh,
he ain't
man.
Right, y'all. He ain't right, but that's all right. He's mine.
So I ain't wrong neither, okay?
Yeah, he ain't right, but he ain't wrong, so.
I get this honest, okay, and it's all your fault, okay? It's all I'm going to say, all right?
I did not say anything. I did not disagree with you in the slightest.
There has not, okay, this entire episode has all been facts, no printer, okay? Oh!
Yep.
Oh, man.
This is just us shooting from the hip, so to speak. And, you know, we had, what was it? What was the show? Seinfeld. It was a TV show about nothing. That's kind of what this podcast was. It was just about whatever came up, man. Like I said, the rabbit ran the show today.
Like I said, it's transitional. Like we started one place, we got here we are. Yeah. This is the Caffeinated podcast. Okay. Right. But he's already given his social medias, guys, and I didn't have to ask him. Okay. Like, thank you. Thank you. I have to
mess with him every once in
a
while.
Oh my gosh. Right. Thank you. Oh my gosh. He did get a little bit heated, but yes, like, dude.
Can't help it.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's been no like unfactual statement there, like, oh my gosh, you matter. Right. Oh my gosh, people, you matter.
Right.
Holy crap.
I mean, please. I know it's hard to believe sometimes the way the world treats us, but you matter. Woo! I love it. What a way to end that. That's perfect.
There we go. By the way, my social medias. Oh my god, like, I just can't stop from like not laughing. I don't know what it is. Oh, I feel good, you know. I feel nice. It's
He's so happy.
I'm so happy. Of course, when what was it? You can tell I've been on social media far too much because you were like, my main goal, and the only thing I can think of is my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Dude, dude, the dude's grill, like, oh my gosh. But my social media is it's BUBBZI. That's ITSBUBBZI. Oh my gosh, have a fantastic day, and as we always do. In every episode, after telling you you matter, this is the Caffeinated podcast. This has been the Caffeinated podcast. Bye.
See ya.